I've been checking out some really cool Lenovo Legion products such as the Go S a few months ago, recently the Lenovo Legion Tab, and this new laptop here, the Lenovo Legion 5 Copilot Plus PC. It doesn't fall short of being pretty awesome. This version is the 10th generation, and this specific build has an AMD Ryzen AI 7 350 series processor, an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060, and 32 gigabytes of RAM. After using more of the Legion handheld devices, it's been really nice to go back to a laptop for those more in-depth gaming sessions, especially because this is Lenovo Legion's first Copilot Plus PC. So let's talk about what this laptop can actually do before we talk about the design, because this does have an AMD Ryzen AI 300 series processor. Of course, it gives powerful performance across the board, but this is specifically designed for AI experiences in Copilot Plus PCs, and because of this laptop's premise of being portable and lightweight, this specific chip is helping with other things such as prolonged battery life, which does help with the concept of taking this laptop with you, because it's not often that people would lean towards a gaming laptop for traveling. We know they tend to drain pretty quickly. AMD power a lot of Lenovo Legion devices, and we do know that their chips are really good. My new desktop, for example, that does have an AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D, and we know that chip just powers through everything and anything, but the differentiating factor here with AMD's Ryzen AI chips is that they do have an NPU, which helps with all your AI experiences and tasks. To put it into English, that does help with things like productivity, when you're doing tasks that do involve LLMs or AI agents like Copilot, for example, creative tasks like video or photo editing that might need some AI assistance when it comes to audio, removing backgrounds, or some generative assistance, or of course creating an AI-infused gaming experience alongside DLSS 4 when paired with an NVIDIA RTX GPU, in this case the 5060. Here are some scores for the CPU and GPU tests that I ran, and whilst I don't have a direct comparison to show you, these numbers do score quite well for a laptop that's small and lighter than what you would think, and also running a GPU on the entry-level side. Playing with it though, it's been able to manage my type of gaming, which, as you probably know by now, is more casual these days. I'm a pretty basic gamer because I don't have a lot of time anymore. But I've been loading up Game Pass to play my games with this laptop, and I've actually jumped back into Spyro Reignited Trilogy because it is time for my annual playthrough of those games. And that surprised me because having unlimited frames on in the game, this has hit over 150 frames. It kind of blew my mind for that game. I didn't know that actually supported it. And sure, an RTX 5060 is not a huge card, but because of the kind of gamer that I am, it actually runs everything I play perfectly. But if I do want to push it, I can comfortably get around 120 frames in something like Cyberpunk if I am playing with ray tracing turned off. And because of the OLED display, which I'll touch on shortly, it still looks gorgeous with or without ray tracing. I just think the colors and the visuals look so vibrant and colorful, they pop. That's the whole point of an OLED, right? As well as contrast. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So I've been learning a lot more about Copilot this year, and Copilot Plus PCs, they are the fastest, most intelligent Windows PCs ever because they do give you features such as Copilot Vision and Copilot Voice. That, for example, can verbalize the best settings for you to use in your games that you might want to play.
Given your laptop specs, I recommend playing Cyberpunk 2077 at 1080p resolution. For a smooth experience, use medium to high settings, turn on DLSS for better performance, and adjust ray tracing to your preference.
This has actually been really helpful to try and benchmark certain games on this laptop because I need to know what the best settings are for these specs. And Copilot Vision can see what you're doing on your screen and can recall your files or tasks that you've done throughout your day for you. And for safety reasons, you do actually have to manually turn this feature on and set it with a pin or a biometric to actually access this feature. But point being, Copilot just goes beyond being a text-based chatbot. In a gaming laptop, for example, use Copilot to ask you for help in games if you're stuck on a level or if you need a gameplay guide. Moving on though, let's talk about the design because this genuinely blew me away when I took it out of the box because it is so lightweight. It comes in at around 1.9 kilos, which I wasn't actually expecting, especially because it is a 15-inch laptop. Although aside from the full-size keyboard, it kind of looks like a 14-inch to me. I'm not mad about it. It is a great design, great shape, and a great weight. This model does have the gorgeous 165Hz OLED display with 500 nits of peak brightness, and it just looks incredible. We all know now what OLED does. Better colors, better contrast, true blacks, right? In a game like Spyro though, that is so colorful, And purple is like my favorite color. So seeing these vibrant shades of purple, these mix and color blends in the game just pop on this display has honestly been a joy to play. When the Reignited trilogy came out, TVs weren't as good as what they are now. So I haven't actually played it on an OLED screen. Playing it on here has been, oh my God, so good. I just think having an OLED display in a gaming laptop makes the most sense. It's no different to having an OLED monitor in your desk setup, right? So having it built in on a laptop, giving you the clearest, most beautiful quality of an image ever, it makes it the perfect way to game. As you can tell, I'm getting really excited over it, but the screen is just beautiful. I really enjoy using it. Around the chassis though, there are a lot of ports, including USB-A, USB-C, including PD charging, an Ethernet port, HDMI 2.1, and of course a headphone jack. And the actual charger is a proprietary charger. It has a 245 watt power brick to support the 80 watt hour battery that this laptop has. The keyboard's Lenovo's True Strike RGB gaming keyboard, which is familiar across their laptop range. There's a Harman speaker system in here. Hashtag Harman forever. And with the onboard Nahimic software, you actually have a little bit more control over that speaker system, which I think is really cool. Internally, it does have Lenovo's cold front hypercooling, which is their system utilizing both hardware and software to make their thermals more efficient, as well as keeping the device quiet. It uses dual fans to intake air through the bottom and then pushes the hot air out the back of the laptop. I found in my time with it, the heat that it does create isn't hot enough to the point where you can't actually hold the laptop anymore or have it resting on your legs if you're using it for just general stuff. But when I am gaming, I have it sit on a little wooden tabletop. That way it can help with airflow even more. But the overall experience with this laptop has actually been really impressive and has kind of blown me away, especially because it isn't on the premium side of gaming laptops. It does have an entry-level GPU, but I do believe that the power of this specific Ryzen AI chip, as well as the 32 gigabytes of RAM, hasn't really made the GPU a sacrifice. For what I play and how I play, it's run really well. And this display, it's got an actual chokehold on me, as well as the lightweight design. It just feels like a really good model as an all-rounder, something that you can travel with and work with, as well as game on if you want to. I feel like I finally found a gaming laptop that's actually targeted for the kind of user that I am. I just think this has fit in really well with me. And if you are like me, that are more of a casual gamer, but also need something that can be like a hybrid device for work and play, I think this is a really good option. I'll leave some links in the description so you can check this out. There is a version with the OLED display as well as an option that doesn't have that. And I'm kind of sad that I have to give this away. I'm actually considering buying one myself. So leave a comment down below after you hit the subscribe button because I look forward to talking more tech with you in the next video.